Okay, I've got a part 2 for you. I'm probably going to make a part 3, so I'm just going to flash through these. And you got the message in part 1 anyway. It's similar to the dolmen videos that I made. And when you take a close look at these, because the other side will say that these shapes have been carved in here, but when you look at this stuff, it clearly does look like mud. And these have just been done by hand, or maybe even a twig, as this was soft and it's mud rock and it's hardened into this. I think these have been shoved in here, probably by archaeologists, because this is where the wooden frame, you know, it's built with a wooden frame, isn't it, like I showed you. Just raw branches really, and then they smother mud over it time and time again, and it gets harder. This probably looks like it was only done once, and not too long ago, but it has hardened into a mud rock, yeah. And this is where the wood goes, so I thought I would show you that one first. This one, you can see the frame into this. I got into this, didn't I? Yeah, and it's all hardened, solidified into one piece. You know, they will say that this has been carved like this, but clearly it hasn't. This is structural, this. You know, you will build a base, a structure, and then you build around it and smother mud on it. You can see it's probably been, well, it's been done a few times, probably 3 or 4 times. You can see that there. Why that's hardened in there is the same thing as why this is all looks like one piece. It's all hardened. The only thing I can't understand about this is that that looks like a drill end. I don't know why it looks like that. If you look at it, it's like a screw. You know, but that's the kind of like separate lines, yeah. It's not like a drill, you know, where they link into each other and spiral. So it's not a drill end. I don't know what it is, but what I'm getting at is that it's hardened into this wall. This was put in here later. It wasn't carved like that. You all know that these were holes. This was put in here later, wasn't it? And it's hardened the same as this framing, is what I'm getting at. I'm going to show you images shortly, because I think every single one of these will have obviously had a pitched roof at one point, and as it either hardened into mud rock naturally, or whether from the flood as it went underwater and collapsed down on itself from pressure, and then it hardens into this. But you can see the lines, because it's a thatched roof, isn't it? It's all made from wood, twigs and logs, and when you look at the walls on this, it's clearly clay, mud rock, right? So what I'm asking you here is, for those people that think that they were putting huge, massive ton, you know, 10-ton blocks of rock on top of mud rock, there wouldn't have been wood there. Yes, you can clearly see that even this looks like it was pitched at one time, which is what the next images are mainly about. But you can see that all the layering in this, as it's been built up with straw and mud, hay and twigs. And take a close look at it. It's rough. We could take a stick to that and break it down, and it would just crumble all on the floor. They weren't lifting these on top of these walls, were they? It's mud rock. This is the only image that confused me for a while, because there are 1 or 2 more that's built like this, and at the time I thought they were built with blocks, but they weren't. It's just where the wooden frame has rotted away, and you're just left with something that looks like it was built with blocks. Yes, as it collapses down on itself, and it, you know, obviously it becomes human hair tight, because over time, even if the blocks go hard, over time they will act like a plasticine and fit together perfectly, won't they? But obviously these things here are only what, 4-inch thick, yeah? These plates here are only 4-inch thick. So would you be placing this huge roof on top of here? Because it would take a crane to do that anyway. You couldn't get this thing up and over, could you? So it's obviously mud rock. And these cracks are always in the same places and the same size because it's where the wooden frame was. And it would have been, this one might have been covered in grass mainly and huge leaves there, yeah? But it's mud rock. No different to this, because slate is mud rock. I've shown you that before. If you go type in on Google mud rock, it will come up and show you images of slate in various stages of changing into different layers of slate, mud rock to slate, which is what this is. Yeah? Would you put this huge roof, right, on this? That's about, I mean, this looks about 3-inch thick. Would you put your family inside here and have the wind blowing on it while this is going to fall on your head? Well, no, you wouldn't, would you? So obviously there was wood round it. I don't know if that's falling away from the side of this, you know, because obviously it gets built up, doesn't it, over time. You can actually see about 5 different layers in that. If you can't see it, go to my Google page and check it out, what I'm saying. But obviously I pointed these out to you before. You can see the different layers in it, because I even think that this will have been a pitched roof, yeah. You can see where it's been built up. When you take a close look at this, you know, I mean, well, look at that. It's structural, isn't it? It's part of the roof. It's part of the beaming, isn't it? And they just fall down in these huge blocks off the roof when the wood rots away and collapse down as mud rock. All of them are the same, yeah. Natural rock does not act in that way, does it, and corrode away in sand just like that. Take a close look at that area there if you don't believe that this is mud rock. There. Most of these ones I'm going to show you now, I put them in because they obviously were a pitched roof. That, you can see the corner of it, part of a corner wooden framing to the roof. This one, you can see that it's hollow. Again, it looks like a pitched roof. You can see the grass. Next image shows you better, actually. But anyway, this is where the wooden framing was. Yeah, and just mud just smothered over it. This one, obviously a pitched roof at one time before it went underwater. You can see all this grass down here, all the imprints of hay, grass and twigs. It's right there. So if you look at that, what I've drawn in there, this will have joined to this, and it's obviously part of a pitched roof. The rest of it may be underground, or it was shaped like this, but you can see the shape of it. Yeah, it's no different to how you build something today. Again, another pitched roof. This is where the wood will have been before we turn to mud rock. Take a look at it. This stuff is not hard. You could take a hammer and bash it away in no time. You see part of the structural frame into this once little house. You know, I mean, why did they build these things? Well, I mean, they would have been built similar, like if you went out hunting. You know, you would just build yourself a makeshift house. Yeah, or if you left society and took your family somewhere, you would build it with wood and mud in the meantime, wouldn't you, and do some farming, and that's all they are, and then they got left and hardened over time. And they're the same all over the world. Do you think you'd be able to get this huge piece of rock on here? Yeah, look at the layering in it. They're always fatter in the middle because they were pitched. I mean, this one's kind of obvious, isn't it? You can see the layering in this, where the wood was before it rotted away. It would have been like zigzags, won't it? You know, like how the Eiffel Tower is built. Yeah, but made out of wood.